Hey, welcome to the Bitcoin Bull. Today we got Bitcoin taking another drop, and I'll explain why this is happening and what Bitcoin should be doing today in the next few days in the whole crypto marketplace. Here, let's go ahead and zoom in. So, I'll center this. So here we have Bitcoin dropping. Let's take a closer look. By the way, if you give me a like on this video, I'd really appreciate that. That will help grow the channel. And hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date every day on what Bitcoin is doing. And so when I looked at this today, because I've been saying yesterday Bitcoin was, when we made the video, we were right here. I was saying that Bitcoin should be just riding along this support line here. This is a very, very, very important support line. This is the floor. This is the floor for Bitcoin that we've been on. And I said that we should be riding here. And we should be on this line here until either some good news would come out about Bitcoin or some bad news. So as soon as I saw this today, this drop, I was like, all right, let's see what bad news there is. Let's see what country talked bad about Bitcoin. Let's see what influencer talked bad about Bitcoin. And I looked at research, I tried to find something, and nothing. No news, no good news, no bad news. Nothing going on with Bitcoin. No, so yeah, nothing interesting to talk about. So I won't go into any Bitcoin news today. And so, but what I did notice is that the stock market made a pretty good drop, a pretty good crash. Well, not a crash, but it dropped. Like gold, silver, platinum, copper, oil, Nasdaq, SP 500, Dow Jones. They all made a drop, and also the German exchange also made a big drop. Like I think like the biggest this year so far. So that's what did it. The stock market should not affect Bitcoin because it doesn't have anything to do one with the other. You know, the stock market is, you're buying into a company or into metals or oil or something like that. And Bitcoin has nothing to do with that. So it shouldn't affect, but whenever the stock market drops, it affects Bitcoin because people just get nervous in general. Normally, if people invest in Bitcoin, they also invest in stocks, and people just get nervous, and so then they'll sell off their stock and they'll sell off their Bitcoin as well, and it makes Bitcoin drop. So that's why that happened. And since there's no bad news about Bitcoin, I think this is something just very short term, like a day or two. But I said once we drop here, if we drop, we'll be hitting this next support line here, which is exactly what happened. It hit here and it rebounded. A lot of money came in here. A lot of people bought into this dip, but then it dipped again. It broke through this support because this support line here isn't that strong. This one is. This is a very strong support line. This one is not. It's kind of light. So that's why I thought that if Bitcoin dropped below this floor, that it would hit this. That's what I was saying yesterday. It should hit here, bounce off, and then break it again. And that's exactly what it did. And I said that there's a good chance that Bitcoin, if this happens, that Bitcoin could drop all the way down to 29,000 to this next resistance, which this is a strong resistance because this is the lowest point that Bitcoin has got to. You can see here. This was the lowest point here. This is the support line here. And so Bitcoin could go all the way down to this next support 29,000, but Bitcoin looks like it stopped here. Looks like it's not going down any farther. Stopping here. There's a lot of volume coming in right now. A lot of people buying and selling into Bitcoin. There's a lot of volume. So I don't know. I think it's gonna start. I think Bitcoin's not gonna drop any more than here. If it does, it could go all the way down to 29,000. And so it all depends on the stock market. If the stock market doesn't drop anymore, I just looked at it and it doesn't look like it's dropping anymore. It looks like it's starting to slowly recuperate. So we'll see what happens today when the stock market opens. And if the stock market recuperates or doesn't drop anymore, Bitcoin should start going back up again. And we should get back to where we were before on this floor. And it just stay on this floor until there's either some really good news about Bitcoin or really bad news about Bitcoin. And that will make it drop or make it go up. A lot more chances of there being good news and Bitcoin going up. So depending on the stock market today and tomorrow, that will affect Bitcoin. And also tomorrow there's a very important meeting with Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey, and they're going to talk about Bitcoin. So when we were up here, Elon Musk started talking bad about Bitcoin, and that made Bitcoin drop to here. And then he talked bad about Bitcoin again, and China started talking bad about Bitcoin, and that's what made Bitcoin drop all the way to here, to where we are now, this whole area here. And now Elon Musk hasn't said anything about Bitcoin lately. He's been very quiet, and now he has that important meeting tomorrow. And I think he's going to talk good about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is very, very low right now. It's on the floor, and he has a lot of Bitcoin. Personally, he has a lot of Bitcoin, and his company Tesla also has a lot of Bitcoin. So he wanted it to drop some so he can buy in more, I imagine. And I don't think he would want Bitcoin to drop any farther, because if it does, it could be very dangerous, because it would break this floor, and that would not be good. So I don't think he wants that to happen. And he has a lot of influence, and he affects the price. With just a little tweet, he can affect the price and make it skyrocket, and literally like in 1 hour, he can make it drop or he can make it rise. And he knows it. He knows he can affect the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So very good chance that he talks good about Bitcoin, because he would want it to go back up, start going back up, so he can make profit, obviously, because he has millions and millions and millions of dollars in Bitcoin. So that's why I think that if the stock market recuperates, which it looks like it does, and tomorrow, if the stock market recuperates today and tomorrow, Elon Musk talks good about Bitcoin, then Bitcoin should start clearly going up again, going back to the floor, and probably lifting off the floor, and hopefully be out of this, start getting out of this situation, start getting off the floor, and start going back up, hitting new resistance lines, tendency lines, and working its way back up, which is the plan, which is what all the experts, all the analysis are saying, that Bitcoin should start working its way up to this resistance here, breaking it, and start to skyrocket. But we need some good news about Bitcoin before that happens. So at the moment, we're on the floor. Once some good news comes out, like big companies start buying in, Elon Musk starts talking good about Bitcoin, things like that, that's what will make Bitcoin get off the floor and start going back up again. And let's take a look at the whole crypto market in general. Everything is in red. The whole crypto market, all the other cryptocurrencies, are doing really bad today. Really, really bad. Almost everything is in red. Like 95% of cryptos are dropping. Some big drops, 10%, 10%. Like everything's like 5-10% drops. So the whole market, the stock market, the whole crypto market, everything it's a bad day in general. It's not just the thing about Bitcoin, it's like the whole market in general. So that's another good sign for Bitcoin. It's not something about Bitcoin, it's the whole market. And that can change really quick. The stock market starts going up today or tomorrow, and someone talks good about Bitcoin, like tomorrow, like Elon Musk, and that's it. We can be back up into this range here, and things looking good again. So that's why we have to do analysis every single day, because things can change real quick, but it doesn't change the midterm and long-term goals. Okay, it can affect short-term what might happen in the next few days with Bitcoin. It can either go down here or go up here, but the midterm, long-term, it doesn't affect the that's the plan is the same, that after the summer we're going to be up in this range here if everything goes as planned. So that's it for Bitcoin today. Tomorrow I won't be able to make a video. I'll be traveling. I won't have any Wi-Fi or have my computer. I won't be able to see what's happening and make the video. But the next day I will. So thanks for watching. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up, please. That would help the channel. And subscribe so you can stay up to date every day on what Bitcoin is doing. And thanks a lot for watching, and see you the day after tomorrow.